Hello, welcome to the monthly pop culture live stream, but this time it's my birthday. Well, it's my birthday tomorrow. It's not quite my birthday yet. I am, what time is it? It's 8:30, 9 to 11, I have to do this on my hand. About 3 hours early for my birthday, but yes, it is my birthday tomorrow, and this is the birthday live stream. It's kind of just my usual pop culture thing with a birthday twist. I'm going to be looking at some Doctor Who birthday cakes, and we're going to find the best Doctor Who birthday cake that Google Images can find. And also, there are some celebrities that share a birthday with me. Let's talk about those as well. And also, what else? With just general pop culture stuff. My daughter is coming over there, so she's distracting me. Did you want to say something? No. Okay, night. There we go. Who's in the chat? Hi, Lucia. Says hi and happy birthday. Thank you. Jeremy Duncan says happy birthday, Philip. Thank you, Jeremy. I saw your tweet, but I haven't played the video yet that was in the tweet because I was setting this up. I will look at it in a minute. Later. Missy12 says happy birthday. Thank you. I won't tell you how old I am because then I'll feel sad. But I'm younger than some of the celebrities I share a birthday with, so that's always good. Right. What was I going to do first? Yeah, well, okay, first of all, I was going to do a bit of a channel update because the channel has been quite quiet recently. The last few weeks, it's only been the Red Dwarf podcast that's been going up. I haven't really done any other content. I've got to admit, I've had a bit of a creative slump recently, and it just means that I haven't had the motivation. I've had a few ideas, but I haven't got the drive to actually make them. And I think the biggest the biggest evidence of that is the fact that remember when the Doctor Who 60th anniversary trailer first came out, and we got the reveal that Ace and Tegan were in it, and I made a video relatively quickly about who Tegan is, and in that video I said, and I'll make one of these about Ace probably in a week or so's time. That was 3 months ago now, and I haven't made the Ace video yet. I've scripted a lot of it, but I haven't got around to finishing scripting and making it yet, and that's just kind of the states that my mind has been in recently. I haven't been able to get anything finished, but I do hope to change that at some point soon. You may have also noticed that I've lessened the weekly reviews. For a long time, for about a year and a half, I was always had a TV show that I was doing weekly reviews of. It was often either an MCU show, well, it was either Doctor Who when that was on, an MCU show, or Star Trek usually. And, generally, all year round, there's at least one of those shows on at any one point. So I thought they would be a good idea to get regular content out and do weekly reviews of shows, but and I did do that, but then I kind of it was when my laptop broke. I was halfway through, I think it was the last season of Discovery, I think it was, and so I never finished those reviews, and then I just didn't do Picard, and even once I got my laptop fixed, and so things just kind of and eventually I just kind of felt like, I don't know, the weekly reviews weren't giving me much creative interest anymore. I was getting a bit bored with them. So I also still want to cover Star Trek and the MCU on the channel. I've just got to work out a different way to do it other than just doing weekly reviews. I have a couple of ideas of videos about them more generally. Like, I want to talk about Picard Season 2 in one video. I want to talk about Strange New Worlds because that is amazing. And I really want to do a great gushing video about that because that has been the best new the best first season of a Star Trek show I think there has possibly ever been. Star Trek gets a bad rap for first seasons. A lot of the Star Trek shows, even ones that go on to be really good, don't have great first seasons. But Star Trek Strange New World has not had a bad episode. It's been great. And now it's finished, I need to make a video about that as well. Have a video idea about Miss Marvel that I wanted to make as well, just talking about how the character is relatable to me and the kind of like the way she thinks and things like that. So yeah, I got a few ideas of videos I want to do. It's just getting the motivation to get and the time to get them done. But I will do it at some point soon. So I just wanted to say that, like, yes, everything's been a bit quiet and it's been a lot of like back to back. It's been like 3 weeks of just the Red Dwarf podcast coming out, but there will be more stuff coming soon. Jeremy Junkin agrees with me. Oh man, Strange New Worlds was so magnificent. It absolutely was. Such a good Star Trek show. Definitely the best of the new lot. Whatever you think of the new lot, you know, I'm kind of in the middle. I like some of it. I dislike some of it. I didn't think Picard season 2 was particularly very good. I'm mixed on Discovery. There's some Discovery I love, some of it I'm less enthusiastic on, but everything in Strange New World was great. So I do need to talk about that at some point too. Oh, another thing that I'm thinking of doing, and I'll say it out loud so that there's a bit of commitment and I might actually get around to doing it, is doing a charity live stream. A kind of long, maybe like 8 or 10 hour live stream. And I've never done a live stream that long. I think the longest one of these has gone is about 2.5 hours. So that will be a more structured thing. Whereas this is more just me rambling and talking. That will be more structured. So I'm planning on doing that sometime in the autumn for a charity that is a local one to us. I might do it for 2 charities if I can work out the logistics of that, or it will be one. I don't know the logistics yet. But hopefully that's a project that I'll do around about October time. So look out for that. Raise some money for a good cause and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, I think that's kind of like all of the main things that I've got coming up. I have a few ideas for a few recurring series that I want to do around Doctor Who, because I'm also, a large amount of my audience come from liking Doctor Who, and there hasn't been an awful lot of, other than when we've had the news breaking, like Shooty's casting or Yasmin's casting and things like that, and David Tennant returning. Other than those, I haven't been making that many Doctor Who videos recently either, so need to get back into those sort of things. But later on in the year, I'll dedicate some more time to it. Hopefully we can get moving on those sort of things. There's just been a lot, like I'm having to now go back into work, into the office 2 days a week, which is disrupting my flow of my days and stuff, and giving me even less time because I'm stuck on a train for 3 hours a day on those days. But there we go. Usually in these pop culture things, I talk about what pop culture I've been watching or consuming recently as well. So I haven't seen Thor: Love and Thunder yet, but I am going to see it tomorrow. So I can't talk about it. I've seen very mixed reactions on Twitter. Without any spoilers, feel free to let me know if you've seen it, what you think. I've seen, very mixed reactions. I've seen some people like it and some people really not. But we will see what I think when I come out. I probably won't do a straight review, but I'll probably talk about it in the next one of these live streams. Jeremy Duncan in the chat says, Anson Mount is the biggest gift Trek to the Trek fandom has had in a while. And a charity live stream would be amazing. Yes. Anson Mount is absolutely fantastic. And I didn't really know what to expect from him, because before he appeared in Star Trek Discovery as Pike, I had only seen him in the Inhumans, where he doesn't speak and just has a very stoic look on his face the whole time. And so I wasn't massively impressed with him in that show, I've got to admit. But he absolutely bowled me over in Star Trek Discovery. He's the best character to come out of Star Trek Discovery. And I like other characters in Star Trek Discovery, but he is the standout character that came out of Star Trek Discovery. And the fact that he's then gone on to get a spin-off has been absolutely great. I love it. Absolutely brilliant. So, Miss Marvel, been watching that. Really enjoyed it. I had some thoughts that I'm going to put into a video at some point about the character herself and how I personally relate to her and how she thinks and things like that. And then Obi-Wan Kenobi we've had recently as well. Thought that was pretty good. I'm fairly easy on these things. I don't tend to judge too harshly. But There are some things that maybe like, oh, you have to really think to line up with the original trilogy. But I think for the most part, it was a fun adventure. It's good to see Ewan McGregor back as Obi-Wan, and that was really good. Yeah. Oh, I saw some news on Twitter recently. This is going back to Doctor Who stuff. This is Doctor Who news, but it's sad Doctor Who news. The company Eagle Moss. Actually, this isn't just Doctor Who news. This will affect Star Trek fans because they make Star Trek stuff. Like they make a lot of stuff for various different like models, ship models. For Star Trek, they make little figure models for Doctor Who. I think they're currently in the middle of a range of building the Ecto One from Ghostbusters, where you build it up in parts, and they're filing for administration. So that I saw today on Twitter, and yeah, I've lost the tweet now, but that's really must be. I haven't bought much stuff from them personally. I've bought the Time Lord Victoria stuff they did back in when they were doing that big tie into that big event, because it had sort of original plot points in the booklet that came with it. So I bought the figures that came with that. And then I bought the advent calendar last year, which I've seen them advertise again fairly recently in Doctor Who magazine. So clearly they were hoping to push it, but they knew they wouldn't be doing a brand new one because it was exactly the same advent calendar. I did like YouTube shorts opening that every day throughout December, and then I did a video about whether or not it was worth it. So if you want to look, if they have a load of these stock selling off cheap because of the administration of the advent calendars at any point, and you want to know if it's worth it, I made a whole video on that. Do go check it out. And presumably, if they're selling them off because it's going into administration, you might get them cheap. The fact that they're still trying to sell in July the following year the remainder of the stock by advertising in Doctor Who magazine makes me think that it didn't sell very well. So, you could probably get a bargain this year. There was some good stuff in it. I did like it, and it was a lot of fun doing it. And whether or not it was worth the money would depend on how much of it you would like. I kind of did in the video I did a breakdown of what each item might be worth if you know, like what you might pay for a similar item. If there was a one that I could find on Amazon or something that you could get that wasn't maybe not exactly the same, but roughly the same sort of level of item, I sort of compared the costs, and you can see for that like how much of the stuff you would have wanted and how much value that has versus how much it costs to buy it. Is it worth it? You make up your own mind. But it's really sad that they're going into administration. It does kind of suck. Starfleet Boy. Hey, Starfleet Boy. Can't stick around. Very happy birthday to you. Thank you very much, Starfleet Boy. Hope you're having a good time. I hope you've been in... I haven't seen your latest videos on Strange New World yet, but I'm looking forward to seeing what you thought of the last few episodes. Haven't caught up on those yet. Stylish Person says, hi, how you doing? Lucia says, I bought a lot of stuff from Eagle Moss and also the Advent Calendar. Most of my figures are from the 12th Doctor era with a few others. Eagle Moss was great. Their designs are very accurate. Yeah, from what I've seen, the figures and stuff, the few I've got, I mean, I got the Daleks basically. But the Daleks were very good. But I have seen the people as well, the Time Lords and other characters, and they are very detailed models. So they did do some good work, and it's a real shame that's not going to be there anymore. It looks like, I mean, from Twitter and the reactions to them going into administration, it looks like a lot of people were angry because they have pre-orders and stuff they've paid for that they haven't received, and they had been getting for the last year or so messages where every time they queried, okay, where's my item that was meant to have come out already, fobbed off with answers about like, oh, COVID delays, you'll get it, blah, 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 blah. But now, will they get it? And have they lost their money? That's the question a lot of people are asking, and it's must really suck if you pre-order a lot of stuff. I saw one person tweet that they had probably lost $3,000 because of this, $3,000. This is an American, I think, wow, they must have had a lot of pre-orders, basically. So yeah. So Lucia, that's a shame for you and a shame for a lot of people. Not to bring the mood of the birthday live stream down. Jonathan Grindle says, would Doctor Who as a cinematic universe? Do you mean would it work? Are you missing a word there? Would it work as a cinematic universe? Yeah, I mean we've kind of already had it. Not cinematic, it wasn't on movies, but we had connected universe of Doctor Who, Sarah Jane Adventures, and Torchwood all at the same time, and they crossed over, all came back into the main show for a couple of episodes and things like that on big season finales. So yeah, it can work, and I kind of hope we get that again now that Russell T Davies, who has been a very big proponent of that idea, is coming back. He's talked about that even after he left, that this is the kind of thing that Doctor Who should be doing. So I'm hoping now he's coming back, we will indeed get that. We will get sort of spin-offs and different projects that, don't have to be, can break the mold. You don't have to have series after series of something. You could have like just a one-off special that involves a character, not the Doctor, or, who knows what they're going to do. But I think there's possibilities there. Jonathan also says, happy birthday. Thank you. Ryan, hello. Yeah, thank you all for coming to my birthday live stream. As I said, it's not my birthday today, it's my birthday tomorrow, but I'm busy tomorrow, so I couldn't do the live stream then. I gotta spend that time with my family, but so I thought I'd do it tonight instead. Happy birthday, says Matthew Maloney. Thank you. RTD is so euphoric, says Missy12. Right, so I was going to do a few birthday themed things. First of all, what celebrities do I share a birthday with? There are some good ones in here. July the 13th. It's a good birthday. There's some really good ones, but I'm going to start on the less good ones first. I'm going to bring up the Google search I did for it. Hold on, what do I press to get that? I think this will work. I don't know if that worked or not. Is it weird? No, that didn't work. You're gonna have to get the Inception screen of Streamlabs here. Woo! Inception Streamlabs. Don't want Zoom. Want this one. This is what I want. So here we go. The people I share a birthday with, the so-called famous people I share a birthday with. Let's see how many I recognize or know of in some way. We've got. I don't know these people. I don't know. No. See, I mean, he looks familiar. Shozo Endo looks familiar, but I'm not sure where from. No, don't know. When I did a different search for Ashley Scott, there you go. I recognize Ashley Scott. I'm not sure where from, but I recognize it. Let's see where Ashley Scott is from. Ashley Scott is an American actress, model, best known for providing the voice and motion capture for Mariah Miller in the video game The Last of Us and The Last of Us Part 2. She also appeared in films such as AI. The name sounds familiar. We've got... Who else have we got? There were definitely some people that I recognised when I looked before. Actually, I don't recognise... Oh, here we go. Stephen R. McQueen. Stephen R. McQueen was in The Vampire Diaries. I've seen The Vampire Diaries. He played the main character's brother in The Vampire Diaries. So, there you go. I share a birthday with him. I share a birthday with Colton Haynes, who is Green Arrow's sidekick in Arrow for a while. Name's gone blank. What's his name? It is... I can't think of his name. Roy Harper. That's it. Plays Roy Harper in Arrow. So I know him. Share a birthday with him. Who else is there? Oh, we'll get into the really famous ones at the end there. Spoilers. Oh, King Jong from Community and the Hangover films. Yes, share a birthday with him. And as you may have seen on the end here, the big ones, as it were. The big ones are, of course... Let's see. Hold on. Harrison Ford. I share a birthday with Harris. I share a birthday with Han Solo. I share a birthday with Indiana Jones. There we go. Happy birthday, Harrison Ford, for tomorrow. And also, yes, not just Harrison Ford, but Star Trek's main captain himself, Captain Picard, Patrick Stewart, X-Men, all of that stuff. Yep, share a birthday with Patrick Stewart. So Patrick Stewart and Harrison Ford, I think, are pretty good people to share birthdays with. I don't know. Who do you share a birthday with? Let me know in the comments if there's anybody famous you share a birthday with. I knew the Patrick Stewart one until I googled this. I did not know the Harrison Ford one till today, so that's quite a new revelation. I didn't know any of the lesser ones as well. When I first did this, all I got were a load of YouTubers and TikTokers who I've never heard of. So I'm quite glad that I eventually. Oh, I mean, like I say, I already knew about Patrick Stewart, but the other one was a bit. Yeah. What's this game show host? Who's a game show host? Gunther Jacques, German game show host. Don't know him, but cool. Can you play us something on the keyboard behind you? Well, says Ryan, I have been learning to play the piano, and this is from scratch. I'm not a musical person generally. Like, I like singing and stuff, and I've been in musicals where I've sung. So I can like hold a tune and hold a rhythm singing, but I've never been able to read music, and I've never played a musical instrument past the recorder at primary school. But we got this out because my daughter was going to do is doing piano lessons at school. So we got that. We had that in storage, which we'd inherited. So it'd just been in storage for years. And so we got that out for her to practice with. And I thought, wow, I'm going to learn as well while I'm here. And so I downloaded an app on my iPad, and it teaches me how to play the. It's a subscription thing. It's like £100 a year, but it actually is really good, and I'm gradually picking it up. And I can not play much like off my own bat yet. I have to have the backing music going and the notes playing, and there's a little line that goes and tells you when to hit the right note. I'm not reading straight off sheet music yet, but I now know what some of the notes mean and stuff on the thing, and I'm gradually picking it up. So maybe I will play something, the one thing that I can remember the notes for that I've learned off the top of my head, on the piano a bit later on towards the end, just in case I get copyright striked by playing a famous song and it ends the stream. So I will do that maybe at the end. I do know how to play Sweet Like a Psycho by Ava. What's her name? Ava Max? Is that the singer's name? That's the one it's quite a fun song. But I can play a bit of that. Not as fast as it is normally, but a bit slower. So I'll play that at the end of the stream, so stick around. It's not going to be a long stream, an hour max, I reckon. So we'll go to maybe 9:30. So stick around, and I might play a bit at the end. Hey, that can be something. I was trying to think of things for my charity live stream that I could do if we raise certain amounts of money. And maybe that's one of the things I could do. I could play a piano if we raise enough money for that charity. How old will Patrick Stewart be, says Missy. I believe he will be 80. Well, let's see if I can find 80. Patrick Stewart will be 82, I think. Yes, he was born in 1940. So, yeah, he will be 82 tomorrow. I am, thankfully, still significantly younger than that, despite the fact that I am now feeling old. There we go. Hey, Jack Alexander's in the chat. Happy birthday for tomorrow, mate. Thank you very much, Jack. Much appreciated. I guess 3 legends were born on July the 13th. Patrick Stewart, Harrison Ford, and the guy from Community. Yeah. Brian Talbot, I share my birthday with Kenny Baker, R2D2. Nice. And Stephen Fry. They are good ones they're also pretty cool ones to share birthdays with. R2D2. Beat Bop. And I think I'm all caught up on the chat there. Jonathan Griddle says, would you want to see more female doctors in RTD's second run as showrunner? Yeah, of course. I think it's I was kind of hoping that the next Doctor would also be a woman, but I don't mind that it's not. But I thought it would have been a nice thing to have 2 back to back, and then maybe do another man after that. But just to sort of cement in the fact that it's not just like a quirk, it is just something that is normal and can happen. But the fact that it's not, it's fine. I think Shooty looks interesting, and I haven't seen him in anything. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what he does. But yeah, maybe after Shooty, it might be interesting to go back to another female Doctor. Lucia says, you didn't have to do music in secondary school. Mine, everyone had to learn something, but you didn't have to finish learning it. So we had music lessons, like it was on the curriculum, and we had like an hour a week where we had a music lesson where we were all in a class and we had music lessons. But it wasn't like I was being taught an instrument. There was like, I can't even remember what we did. The only lesson I actually remember was when they showed us a bit of a black and white film, just like a little 1 minute or 2 minute segment. And then they got us into groups, and we could use whatever instruments were in the music room to try and compose a bit of music for that. That's the only music lesson I actually remember. But yeah, up until year 9, so that's like what? How old are you in year 9? Like 14? So for like 3 years at secondary school, we did music lessons. But then at my school, you then, picked which subjects you were doing for GCSE. And in my school, you picked from like columns. So there was columns which kind of grouped subjects together. And then you picked one subject from each column. And there was the arty subjects all in one column. So you could either do art, music, or drama. You couldn't do 2 of them. Or you couldn't do all 3. So I picked drama. So, and I'm sure in music lessons they like tried to teach us what notes were on a stave and things like that, but I don't think any of it stuck for me. I didn't really have a clue what they were talking about, so I never had to do it. There, somebody's asking me how old I'll be. How rude! No, that's fine. I will be. I'm entering my late 30s, so I will be 37, the first year of my late 30s. Up until now, I've been able to cling on to the fact that I'm in my mid-30s, but no, I will now be in my late 30s. I'll be 37 tomorrow. So it's, never mind. I'm not 40 yet, it's fine. And Jeremy Duncan, in America, you have music class from kindergarten to 12th grade. Oh, well, that's quite cool. I did try and learn the drums once. I remember they did offer you could go for individual music instrument lessons, like outside of normal curriculum, and you'd like literally go out of whatever class your instrument class happened to be in. So like I got to come out of French, which was great, and go and practice drums with a drum teacher one-on-one for like half an hour. But I didn't really stick to it. I liked it because I didn't have to read music for it. I just kind of like hit a tune. But I didn't have a drum kit at home, so I couldn't practice at home. I could only practice with my sticks on the table, which annoyed my mum. So there we go. Oh, Missy says you look younger. Thank you. I do have a baby face. I do often get told I look younger than I am, so that's nice. When I was younger, that was horrible because I was like 18, and when I was 18, everybody was like treating me like I was 15 or something like that. So that was rubbish. But now I've gotten older, it's not too bad. I don't mind it. It's all right. It's nice looking a bit younger. What do you think will happen with the Fugitive Doctor? Not much. I think she's going to make an appearance in the 60th. Probably not anything groundbreaking. I think it's just going to be more of what we've had before, like maybe her imparting some advice to Jodie Whittaker's Doctor, maybe them having a bit of an interaction and learning. So I don't think we're going to learn a massive amount more. I don't think we're going to learn where she fits in the chronology, whether or not she's after Patrick Troughton, as some people have, including myself, have surmised it might be, or if it's before that. Who knows? I don't think we're going to get an answer. I just don't think I think Chris Chibnall wants to leave it a mystery, and then I don't think Russell T Davies will probably give us any answers on that either, unfortunately. But there we go. Iolo says happy birthday. Thank you very much. Lucia, DWHP, an animal lover. I've just been calling you Lucia this whole time. I thought I'd read out your full name at least once. Not exactly the same birthday, but your birthday is close to John Sims, 10th of July. And only 3 days after, I just Googled, and apparently I share my birthday with I can't pronounce his name. Yi Ji So, a character from the Doctor Who movie. Oh, yes. Oh, so wait, do you share your birthday with the character or with the actor who plays him? Which one do you share a birthday with? Jack Alexander says, I kind of like that we won't know where she comes, she being the fugitive doctor, but hey ho. I don't mind some things being left a mystery. I kind of like to know. I don't mind if they don't, but I would kind of like to know. It's just I like things to be neat and organised, and that is not neat and organised. I've just realised I've still got Patrick Stewart's face up here, but there we go. Right. Have we gone through all of the messages? Let's see. Hello, my daughter's just come back in. Hello. You're meant to be in bed, asleep.
Told me to go to sleep.
Oh, okay. Where's Mum?
She's gone
What, to feed the rabbits?
like out.
Like out. Okay. Ooh, didn't even know that. Right, can you go to bed, please? Pardon? Sorry, my daughter is interrupting the live stream here. He's meant to be in bed. I can't pause it. It's a live stream. There we go. Go. Is it urgent? Can you wait? Upstairs. Oh dear. Well, she's just going to be sitting there off screen. Right, Patrick Troughton was still grinning at you, but he's no longer. I've taken him off. As much as Patrick Stewart's face is lovely, we're not really talking about him anymore. Jeremy Duncan says, my daughter's precious. She is. But I wish she'd do what she was told and go to bed. Jack Alexander says they've got to all go on that chronological shelf. Yes, they do. Everything I need to know, like if there's any, especially when Big Finish, what am I going to do with the Big Finish set? I'm going to buy the Big Finish Fugitive set and I won't know where to put it. This is the problem. I organize all my Big Finish in Doctor chronology order. So everything goes, not even in like, what's the word? Range order. So if something go like in terms of where it fits for the happening to the Doctor fits in the middle of a different range, I will put it in the middle of a different range on the shelf. I just like things in nice chronological order. So, you know, what am I going to do with the Fugitive Doctor? Where am I going to put it? That's going to frustrate me. Am I going to put it right at the beginning before the first Doctor stuff? Or am I going to put it right after the Troughton stuff? I don't know. We'll have to see. Ryan Talbot, what are your rabbits' names? I mentioned the rabbits. So the rabbits are Claudius and Livy. And that is, so Claudia, we name all of our pets for the last like 10 years after Roman emperors or Roman emperor adjacent if they're female. So we've had Tiberius the cat, who sadly got run over. We've had, what were the guinea pigs called? I forgot what the guinea pigs were called. No, that's them. I can't remember. We had guinea pigs. Ollie, what was Ollie short for?
I have no idea. What was the black one? That's what I'm trying to think of right now.
I'll come back to that. But we named our guinea pigs after Roman emperors too. Now they're rabbits. So there we go. Marwig87 says, happy birthday. I recently discovered your channel. Oh, I hope you're enjoying it. Sorry there hasn't been much content recently. Like I was explaining this earlier, but I've been having a bit of a creative slump recently and just not being able to get the motivation to make videos. So it's mostly just been like the last 3 weeks have just been the Red Dwarf podcast going up. But there will be more. Oh, talking of Red Dwarf, Craig Charles had a birthday a couple of days ago. Lister on Red Dwarf. Not exactly on my birthday, but a couple of days before. So that's another birthday near mine. But I will be getting back to doing some. Are you planning on doing one for Ace? Yes, you loved my Tegan breakdown. Thank you. I mentioned this earlier. Yes, because in the Tegan video, I said I'll do one of these about Ace as she's coming back too, and it'll probably be a week or so's time, and that was 3 months ago. I'm sorry. I still intend on getting around to it. I just haven't had the motivation or the time to finish it yet, but I will do it. I might release it closer to the centenary now we're so far away from the trailer coming out. It seems random to drop it now unless they drop another trailer. But yeah, I will try and get it done. I promise. I've done the research for it. I've half written the script, so I'm on the way there. Missy 12 has to go. Happy birthday and see you again soon. Thank you for joining us. Lucia says, I didn't think you had any pets. Cool, you have rabbits. And do you know what breeds they are? Haven't got a clue. They're floppy-eared ones. I know that. They've got floppy ears rather than pointy ears. But other than that, I don't know what breed they are. Sorry. And they live outside. Have you got the season 22 box set? Yes, I do. I've got all of the collection box sets. I have not watched it. I have not watched most of the season collection box sets because, again, I don't have time. I think out of all the ones that I've got all of them. I've watched 2 or 3 of them. I can't remember if it's 2 or 3, but including that's watching all the episodes through, the special features and the commentaries. So when I do watch them, I watch everything on them, but I haven't had the time. I haven't watched one in about 6 months. So it's been a long time. Interesting way of naming your pets after Romans. I've only got guinea pigs and named them after Pete and Rusty from Doctor Who. Yep, that's nice. Pete and Rusty, nice. Yeah, I like a theme. I like a good theme, and both myself and my wife like history and classical. We both did A-level classical civilizations, so Roman seemed like a good way to go. Jeremy Juncan, I'm waiting for my season 22 to arrive either today or tomorrow. Did you pre-order it? Is it taking this long to get to you? Where did you pre-order it from if you pre-ordered it? Or if you only ordered it since it came out? Oh, you're in America, aren't you? So that's probably why. You in America? I think you're in America, aren't you, Jeremy? So that's probably why. Jack Alexander, random one. Which previous writer would you be most excited for to return in Russell T Davies 2? Don't know. Maybe Neil Gaiman, but his second effort wasn't as good as his first, but I'm sure he could still do something really good. Who else has done a really good episode I liked? Maybe the bringing back someone from the recent era, maybe I can't remember her name, but whoever wrote The Haunting of Villa Diodati, that would be a good one. Can't think of any more off the top of my head, but maybe those two. Ryan Talbot, my cat is named Ray after Ray from Star Wars. Nice. Jeremy Duncan, yep, gotta love the Royal Mail. Yes, indeed. Right, the other things I wanted to do are birthday related, after talking about people that I share a birthday with, is talking about Doctor Who birthday cakes. I don't have one. I actually said I didn't want it because we're going out for cake to a garden centre tomorrow. So I said, I don't want a birthday cake as well. Too much cake. But Doctor Who birthday cakes are fun. So I thought I would Google image search some Doctor Who birthday cakes and we can see which ones we like and which one is my favourite. I'm going to have to share the screen again, aren't I? How am I going to do that? So let's do that. Inception screen of madness. And then back to Google. Okay, so I Google image search Doctor Who birthday cakes. Which ones are good? I really like this one, this Tardis cake. It apparently costs £137, so it's a very expensive Tardis birthday cake. But look at it, it's great. That's from cakestreet.com. A little TARDIS bursting out there, some stars. That's nice. I like that. Some of these are going to be homemade, some of them for sale, I guess, if you Google image searching. This one's quite fun. Let's bring it up a bit bigger. Look at that. That's quite fun with a little Matt Smith poking his head out of a TARDIS on top of a sort of sky themed little Dalek there. Like that. I like the simplicity of that one. That's nice with TARDIS on some layers and lots of phrases, wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff. Yeah, that's nice. You got your official birthday cake, which, let's face it, I mean, I'm sure lots of people had this growing up as kids and things. I was already an adult when Doctor Who returned, so not me, but yeah, it's the kind of printed picture on some icing on a very basic cake. I've never been a fan of that style of cake, even when I was a kid. So that's a no from me for that one, personally. A better official cake is this one, because that's got some sculpting to it. That is like 3D bits to it. That is a cake that looks like some effort's gone into it. Doctor Who Universe Tardis Cake. That could be interesting. A lot of shop bought cakes also, the insides are just really boring, aren't they? They're just like vanilla sponge and not much else. What other ones have we got? There's some just random doctor stuff that's not Doctor Who, but just, medical doctors. Oh, this is cool. Look at that. It's a little TARDIS set as a cake. That's nice. Oh, I really like this one. Oh, that just looks beautiful. Look at that. Look at the art on that, the kind of texture and not the texture, the kind of fades. What's the word I'm looking for here? I can't think of the word I'm looking for, but that one is really nice too. Yeah. What else? What other cakes are there? Doctor Who cookbook. I've got the Doctor Who cookbook. I haven't cooked anything from it yet, but maybe I'll do some videos on it, and we can have a video in the kitchen cooking Doctor Who stuff. Look at the Dalek Cupcakes and Doctor Who Cupcakes. What's that one? That looks complicated to make. Once, my wife made me little Dalek mini cakes for my birthday. That was nice. That was a while ago. But we took them on a camping trip, and it was a very hot day, and they kind of melted in the tub before we got to eat them, which is a shame. Look at the little people. They've used the what are they called? Mega Blocks? Was it Mega Blocks people from the Mega Block sets? Doctor Who sets they had. It might have been Mega Blocks, might have been something else. What else? That's just Doctor stuff. Let's come up here on the similar idea. Oh, look at that one. That's a cool TARDIS. That looks pretty nifty, if that's a cake. The tutorial. I bet I couldn't make that. That would be difficult to make. So I think my favourite so far is, if I wanted a sort of stylish cake, I would go for, something like this one. That's pretty cool. I think that's probably my favourite. The TARDIS, the stars, all 3D. That's nice. I also really like this one, just because of the way that they've obviously like sprayed on the art onto it. That's really nice. One of those two is my favourite. Or this one, because of the figure, just looks... The figure of Matt Smith looks great as well. Yeah, they're my favourite three. What are your favourites? Let me know in the comments. Hey, Red Dwarf Nerd, how you doing? We've been talking about cakes. Doctor Who cakes. I don't know if there's any Red Dwarf cakes. Should we Google Red Dwarf cakes as well? I've just realised I've gone into still in sharing screen mode. Let's find Red Dwarf Nerd turning up has made me wonder if there's any Red Dwarf cakes as well. Oh, that's just Red Dwarf Cakes. Red Dwarf Cakes. Has anybody made a Red Dwarf birthday cake? I think they have. Come on, pictures. Oh, that's good. Look at that. All the faces of the main crew and Starbug. That's a good cake. Look at that. Someone's made a really good recreation of Starbug as a cake there. Or you could just have Talkie Toaster as a cake. Would you like some cake? Yeah, there's some really good Red Dwarf ones as well. Very good. Very good. There we go. So that's the cakes. Doing well, birthday boy. Thanks. Thanks, Dan. What else have I missed in the chat? Jack says it's always Robert Sherman for me, going back to the question about who you'd want to return. Yes, I'm always slightly perplexed that Robert Sherman has only done Dalek. You know, after that series 1, you would have thought he would have been brought back to do more, because Dalek was such a good episode that it boggles my mind that they haven't brought him back more to do more episodes. And he's kind of, he does a lot of stuff with Big Finish, but why has he not done more TV stuff? He'd be great. Really like his stuff. Paul Cornell, yeah, that would be another good one to bring back. In terms of writers, what I think they should do with, because there is a criticism of, always bringing back the same people, and one thing Chibnall era did really well was bring in new writers. So what I think is the best thing to do is that maybe lose my train of thought now. Yeah. So what I think is, rather than just going all returning or people that have been involved in the show or the universe for a long time, have some of that, have a sort of good balance and a good mixture. So you get each series a couple of people that have come before, that have been involved in the TV series before, a couple of people that have maybe been involved in the expanded universe before, and bring them in for the first time to write maybe their first TV thing. That'd be a really good sort of progression for them, and sort of an opportunity for those people that have been working in the Doctor Who universe as writers but haven't had that TV experience yet. That kind of it'd be a great opportunity for that, and it's how a lot of the people that we now think of as Doctor Who TV writers started in like the 90s, the Virgin New Adventures. Even Russell T Davies wrote a Virgin New Adventures. It's that kind of progression would be a really good thing to do as well. So maybe a couple of those, and also a couple of new writers that are new to Who, that maybe from outside of the genre, bringing in something new writers that haven't maybe had much of a chance with anything before, that I think would be a really good thing to do. Thank you, Lucia, for the £1.49 super chat. Sorry that the text that came up in the bottom left screen saying that you'd done that was obscured by my picture. So the image of me, clearly need to rearrange the order of things on on the thing, so that comes out on top, but I'll work on that later. Thank you for that. That's very kind of you. So yeah, in terms of writers, I'd like a nice balance of all of those things, because I think it is nice. I know people sometimes have a criticism of bringing people back, but it is nice to have familiar faces as well as new writers. I wouldn't ever want it to just be one or the other. I think it's good to have a balance. So there we go. Lucia, you've got to head. Thank you for the super chat before you headed off then. You've got to finish packing as you're heading to Wales tomorrow for a few days. I hope you have a good time in Wales. Is it a holiday, work trip? You might have gone already, I'm not sure. But thank you for that. That's very kind. Jeremy Duncan, that's adorable. Are you talking about the cakes possibly at that point? Cooking with Phil, I'd watch that. When I first started my YouTube channel back in 2017, I was doing it hadn't quite worked out what my channel was going to be, and so it wasn't all pop culture stuff. It was a mixture of stuff, including I did a challenge to try and celebrate a different holiday every day of the year, which I called Festivity 365. So every day of the year I'd celebrate a different random holiday. A lot of them were food based, so like National Pecan Pie Cookie Day, I think, was one of them. And I would then make, for the food-based ones, I would sometimes do a cooking video of me making the thing. And it was a lot of fun to make, a lot of effort to edit though. But yeah, I've got the Doctor Who cookbook, so I would really like to try and do that at some point. That would be good. Have you seen the 60s series, The Avengers? Yes, Ryan, I have. I've seen, when I was a kid, I saw some of it because my dad was a fan of it. So I saw some of the repeats. And then I remember the reboot movie that came out in the 90s with, who was in that? I can't remember who was in it, but, wasn't it, I can't remember his name now. The guy that plays now is M in the Bond movies. Why can't I remember his name? He's really famous. Him. He was in it, wasn't he? I've seen a few of the originals as well. Not massive amount. I caught them occasionally repeated, I think, on ITV back in the 90s and things. I think it's all right. I should watch them on BritBox or something at some point. Maybe as a future podcast. After I've been talking to Adam, my co-host on the Everybody's Dead Dave Red Dwarf review podcast, about ideas we could do maybe after we wrapped up, after we finished reviewing all of Red Dwarf. And one idea is to possibly do a kind of like British TV general podcast and review a load of stuff from British TV. So that might come up then. Ralph Fiennes, that's it. Thank you, Ryan. It's Ralph Fiennes and Uma Thurman. That was it. Yes, I remember that movie. I remember it getting a lot of stick as well, but probably from the original Avengers fans. But yes, I remember that. And that series and that franchise, I believe, is why in the UK, the Marvel superheroes, the Avengers movie, was titled Avengers Assemble and not just The Avengers like it was in the rest of the world, because we already had the Avengers. Although now I think if you ask most people in the UK who the Avengers are, they will probably say the superheroes now, to be fair. They're quite high profile, especially if they're under 40 even though I know what you're talking about. If you ask me who the Avengers are, I will first of all go to the Marvel things. I'll know who you're talking about. Ryan clearly did not like the 90s movie because he said it was hot garbage. I was a kid when I watched it last, so I must have been like 10 or something. So my memories of it, that it was an okay movie, but that's coming from a child's perspective, so who knows what I would think of it if I watched it again now. Lucia's going on holiday to Wales. I was waiting for the sticker to send as my laptop was playing up by now. Thank you, Lucia. It is sent. Lovely little dog. Thank you. Have a good time in Wales. Right. Well, I think I've pretty much done everything that I had in my plan for tonight. We are approaching an hour, 5 minutes off. So if anybody has anything else that they want to talk about, anybody's got any things that they've been doing recently, watching recently, consuming pop culture wise that they want to talk about, pop it in the chat now. We can talk about it, especially if it's something I've seen or read or whatever, news, anything like that. But otherwise, we'll wrap up the stream in a few minutes' time. And then I can finally get my daughter to go to bed. Much past your bedtime, Missy. She's over there laughing. She knows that I can't do anything. I can't make her go to bed because I'm in the middle of a live stream. If you do have time, I would like you to see you open that birthday tweet. Okay. Let me see. Can I get the audio up? That's the question. So that everybody else could hear it. It's not rude, is it? Because my daughter is in the room. Just checking that first. Play Sweet But Psycho. I need to play Sweet But Psycho, don't I? Before we go. I will do that. Okay, I will do that before we go. But let's have a look at this tweet first. Let me see if I can find it. Where's my notifications? Okay, Jeremy, do you want me to bring up the tweet on the screen so everybody can see the video, or do you want my face to say on the screen so you can see my reaction? Because I don't have it set up that I could do both. I don't have a screen set up which will give both at the moment. So you need to pick one. Do you want to see my face, or do you want to see the video? Let's see if it'll even load. Let me see if I can find it. Where is it? Where is it? I'm on the wrong one. I'm on the Everybody's Dead Dave Twitter account, that's why. Let's get the right Twitter account. It's clean. Oh, good. I'm glad. Come on. Come on. Where is it? Oh, right. Okay, I found it. It's got Donald Duck in it. Okay. Face, honestly. Okay. Face. Let me see if I can... Hold on. Let's do a bit of... Maybe I can do this on the fly. It might look a bit messy, but... Let's see if I can... Put a... Where's the desktop? How do I do that? I might be able to get both. Display capture? Is that what I'm after? No, I just want the desktop. Where's the desktop? Hold on. Maybe it is display capture. Sorry for the delay here, people, while I work this out. Ooh, okay. Inception. Okay. Working this out gradually, bit by bit. I can maybe get it. It's going to be quite small, so that we can see me as well. Ooh. Let's move me up. God. Right. Okay. Let's see. Can you see that? Can we see that? Yeah, I think we can see that. Okay. Let's play the video and see what Donald Duck is saying. Hope you can hear it. Let me know if you can't hear it when it starts. Oh, I don't know if I'll be able to hear it. Where are my headphones? My headphones plugged in.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Philip.
Could you hear that? Could everybody hear that? I don't know if you could hear that or not. Oh, the chat's disconnected. Why is the chat disconnected? Am I disconnected? Are we still online? Are we still streaming? I don't know. I don't know why that's happening. There we go. Okay. I hope you could hear that, because that was very funny. Thank you, Jeremy, for that. Right, let's make me bigger again. Okay. I will try and play Sweet Like a Psycho.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday
Oh, successfully reconnected. Oh, it's playing again.
Happy birthday, dear Philip.
I hope you heard that. All heard that. Oh, Joseph Adam. Hi, Phil. I met Colin Baker and Sylvester McCoy at Comic-Con. I found some VHS Dog 2. Was this the Comic-Con last weekend? I hope you had a good time. I am glad I wasn't there. I thought about going, but two reasons have made me glad. One, it was so hot this weekend that I am so glad I was not in that crowd with just everybody, and it would just would have been so hot. And two, so many people I've seen that have gone and now posting positive COVID tests that I'm just glad that I was not around all that. So I will go. I haven't been to one for a couple of years, but quite glad I wasn't at the one this last weekend. But anyway, right. I did promise that I would try and play a bit of piano that I'm only just learning. I'm gonna have to. Hold on, let me just shift that way a little bit. So you can. Yes. Yeah, and you're learning too. Yes, Paige is learning the piano too. Which way do I want to go with that? Okay. So I will try and play "Sweet But a Psycho" by Ava Max. I may. Let's see how it'll be slower than the actual song is. Where am I? Already gone wrong. Let's try again. mess it up. You get the gist. You get the gist. I'm getting there. I'm getting there gradually. It's slow progress, but I am gradually making progress. It's the first instrument I've ever tried to learn, and I'm learning it at almost 37 years old. So getting there gradually. Learning what the sheet music looks like and where the notes are and stuff is different. Red Dwarf Nerd asks, anyone been to NorCon? I'm considering going this September as Chris Barry is going to be there. That's NorCon. Is that Norwich Way? I've not been. No. Has anybody else been? Can anybody tell Dan what it's like? Joseph Adams said next year I meet Peter Davison and Sophie Aldred in Wales next year. Cool. That's pretty cool. I have met Sophie when she did a book signing at Forbidden Planet for the at Childhood's End Doctor Who book that she wrote. That was good. And I've met Colin Baker and Sylvester McCoy at LFCC, London Film and Comic Con before, so that's good. Thank you for the claps there, Ryan. I can usually play a bit better. I feel like I need another go because I did mess that up a couple of times. But getting there gradually with the piano learning. Maybe come back and maybe next year on my birthday live stream I'll try and play it again and that'll be much better. Yeah. Have you heard there's a season 2 coming on Blu-ray? Doctor Who. Sophie Aldred is doing a box set. She's tracking down the Crusaders. You're going to have to explain that a bit more. I don't know what you're saying there, really. Have you heard there is a season 2 coming on Blu-ray? You mean that they're doing a season 2 collection box set? No, I mean, that's been a rumor for a while. That'd be cool. So, one of the special features, are you saying, is that Sophie Aldred is doing a special feature on it where she's tracking down the Crusaders? Is that what you're saying? I hadn't heard that rumor. There's always rumors about it coming, that box set. I'm sure they'll get to the black and white era eventually, but I hadn't heard that. No. There we go. Well, I've played my piano. I've played myself out. Thank you for coming and joining me and celebrating my birthday with me. That is tomorrow. My birthday is tomorrow. I'm not 37 yet. I'm still in my mid-30s. I'm not in my late 30s yet. Still in my mid-30s for another 2 hours or so. So 2.5 hours. But thank you all for coming. I'm going to say goodnight now. Finally make my daughter, who is over on the couch over there, go to bed. Because it's 9:30. It's far past her bedtime. But there we go. She's taking advantage of the fact that I can't get up and make her go to bed at the moment until I end the stream. Thank you for watching. I will be back next month for another live stream, probably. Not a birthday one, just an average one. Ask Paul Bailey. He knows about it. Don't know who Paul Bailey is. Or do I? Do they go by another name? Okay, cool. I'm going to sign off now. I'm going to end the stream in a minute. Goodbye. Thank you for joining me. See you next time. Ciao. Goodbye. Adios. And all that stuff. All that jazz. Hey, Ryan Talbot's 37 this year as well. Congratulations. Also, welcome to the late 30s. Okay. I'm going to leave 10 seconds. I've ended these streams preemptively before the second I finish speaking, and then when I watch the playback, it cuts off me mid-sentence. So I'm going to stop talking, and then 10 seconds later, press the end stream button. Goodbye.